When you start thinking about it like this, I promise you, everything will change. You will start asking yourself, okay, what is the problem right now? Because I feel myself acting different. What am I scared of? What am I avoiding? There are three components that create a slump: fear, movement, and environment. Today, we're going to learn how to use those three components to fight back and take back our lives. A slump isn't about a lack of motivation. It's about when those three components are working against you at the same time, mimicking the feeling of having no motivation. Fear is what sets this all off. It trickles down into your movement where you stop doing work or hard tasks, and in most cases, that trickles down into your environment where you clean less and you're more messy, and then suddenly you look up and then you're completely off of your routine. This literally just happened to me. First, what we need to do is we need to identify the fear. Sometimes what we think is happening is actually something deeper. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been kind of slacking on my long form videos. I swear, I always post 3 uploads, and then that 4th upload is just so hard for me to get up. I think I'm still struggling with my fear of being seen, like actually seen. Like my short, they get a couple thousand views, but no one's really commenting. I feel like even though they've gotten 1,000 views, no one's really seeing me. And I think I'm afraid for people to actually see me and actually see my message. I'm just struggling with the fear of putting myself out there, and not just putting myself out there, but people seeing me try and fail. You know, I know some people see my video on their timeline, they see that it has only 5 views, and they're like, I'm not going to watch her because it only has 5 views. So it must not be that good. So just knowing that fact in my head that people are like seeing me and like scrolling past me is like triggering me. Becoming the person that you want to be is scary because you've never been this person before. I've never been the person before who posts on social media consistently. Even though I haven't been like consistently like back to back, but I've still been posting on a consistent basis. I'm never gone for too long. And I've never done this before. I did let the fear get the best of me for a minute, but I was able to catch it because I understand now. Fear can literally immobilize you. Suddenly the things you were doing every day feel harder and heavier until you don't want to do anything at all. Because my brain was so cluttered, so was my area. My room was so messy and cramped, it was the exact reflection of what my brain looked like. Before we move forward, I want to challenge you. What are you fearful of? What is holding you back? Fear is what makes us feel lost, even if we know exactly what we want. Most slumps come from avoidance. First, you need to identify the fear. Is it the fear of success? Is it the fear of failure? A fear of trying? A fear of starting over? Identify it and face it. We need to stop being scared of building routines and habits. More specifically, habits. Learn how to start small. It will change the whole dynamic of your life. Start a habit that is connected to your goal. Set a time duration for it and do it every day. I dedicate 2 hours a day to creating, editing, or just learning about YouTube and marketing and putting myself out there. If you start doing daily habits, it'll take the guesswork out of it. It'll stop you from wondering where you should start. Spending my 2 hours a day with myself and learning what I love makes me feel so fulfilled because I'm actually building, I'm actually taking the time to learn and to not be afraid to start small. Your fear can trickle down to your movement because the fear is the immobilizing part. It stops you from wanting to get up and doing things. It stops you from believing that you can chase your goals. It completely halts your movement. You know, at the end of the night when you're trying to fall asleep and your mind is just racing and racing and your thoughts are just zipping and zapping across your mind, and it just makes it impossible for you to go to sleep. Slumps thrive when your body slows down. Now, I'm not here to convince you to start lifting and go to the gym, even though I do believe that movement in that type of way can really have a positive impact on your mental health. Some of us are just not gym girlies, and I respect that. I don't even mean you have to move in a physical way. Mental movement can help you a lot. Stay with me. Daily wins, mental wins. Set a challenge for yourself every day and actually do it. Give yourself something to be proud about. It's really hard because I know a lot of us struggle deeply with like being in slumps and just being in dark times and not even knowing how to get out of the bed. I want to be tough mom and I want to be loving mom at the same time. You have to get up. Even if it takes you 30 minutes, even if it takes you an hour to convince yourself to get out of the bed, you have to get up. Even if you just go from your room to the couch, that's a daily win. That's a mental win. I didn't sit in my bed all day. That is a mental win. But you have to get up. You have to move. When I think about thoughts, I think about them like in areas. So it's like if you're laying in your bed, that thought area is toxic. You need to move out of that thought area. When you go to the bathroom, it's a whole different vibe in there, isn't it? When you brushing your teeth, you feeling kind of good. You start dancing in the mirror. Don't tell me it's just me. Don't tell me it's just me because I know it's not. Like, I know I sound crazy, but This is how I think. Why do you think so many people find comfort in the gym? It's because it's a mental win. It's something that they can be proud about every day because they got up and they went and did something that was important to them. When you stop moving, you lose momentum. And when you lose momentum, your thoughts start to get louder. Choose a daily win, whether that be you read 10 pages of a book, you went on a walk, you pet your dog, you got up and you made yourself breakfast. Choose a daily win, do it every day so that every night when you fall asleep, you think about how you won instead of how you wasted your day doing things that you don't care about. When you stop moving, that's when your environment starts to come into play. Your environment controls your energy. Clutter can lead to stress. Too much comfort can lead to stagnation. If that bed a little bit too comfortable, you'd have made the bed a little bit too cozy. That's dangerous. That's why I like my bed a little bit uncomfortable because I'd be ready to get out of it the next day. Isolation can lead you into thinking yourself into a hole. Trust me, I've been there. If your environment reflects your slump, then your brain will stay in slump mode. Your space can either be draining you or building you. And this is where the subject gets a little bit touchy because while I was scripting this, I realized that for some people, the environment you can't control. Like if you live in a toxic environment where people are draining your energy on a daily basis, the only advice that I can give you is make your space clean, make your space you. Allow your space to bring in light when there's darkness on the other side. Let your space be a space where you can be you, where you can shine bright and not have to worry about all the darkness that's on the other side. Let your space be your safe space. Don't let the negative energy trickle into your space where your space is now negative. So like if it's just messy and cluttered, you have no sanctuary. And this advice, of course, goes for everyone. I just know that for some people, it may not be as easy. This is probably the easiest and most relaxing for some if you like cleaning. But just clean your room, clean your space, clean your car, clean your ears, clean your body, wash your hair. Feeling messy, being messy will put you in a messy and a bad mood. It may be time for a little rearranging. I used to rearrange my room all the time when we lived back where we lived at, and I would feel different. I would feel new. New room, who this? Just make it a place that adds to your happiness, not your sadness. When you think about all the times you had a bad day and you were just ready to go home, what made you feel better? Coming home to a clean space where you know you were going to have a good night's rest and it just made the day feel so much better. Or when you came home to a messy space, you just knew that you had to clean it up, swipe all the clothes off your bed, swipe off the crumbs off your bed. Which one made you feel better? Your space can make or break you. Think about all the times that you were so down in the dumps. What was the state of your environment? I can tell you right now, mine was messy every single time. If you're type B like me, it is so easy for you to let things get messy. I'm not saying you have to be clean and perfect in your room, shiny and sparkling every single day, but don't let it go on for too long. I like clean my room once a week. I vacuum it, I do laundry. Like that is what makes me excited. When you combine movement, environment, and fear, that's when everything starts to shift. When you start thinking about it like this, I promise you, everything will change. You will start asking yourself, okay, what is the problem right now? Because I feel myself acting different. What am I scared of? What am I avoiding? That's really the big part. What am I avoiding? Slumps end the moment you choose action over avoidance. This is how you get your life back. Start today, start small, just start. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jayla. I call myself your big sister in all things wellness, mental wellness, physical wellness, and emotional wellness. In my last video, I talked about how I personally have a continuous thought cycle of specific thoughts that try to hold me back, but I am allowing myself to overcome them. If you want to watch that video, you can click here. You can subscribe right here today. I've also created a 7-day challenge to help you get out of your slump. It is a video diary that helps you get out of your slump. I'm very passionate about this, so if you're interested, it'll be a link down below in the description. Make sure you go check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.